Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and you have to wonder what was the driving force for President Joe Biden to appoint Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court, especially when she puts on performances like this. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Justice Jackson was involved in a case yesterday. The Supreme Court had a hearing on a case that basically gives the executive branch, the president, back the power over unelected bureaucrats, gives it the right to hire and fire as it sees fit. Basically, gives the executive branch the power to dismantle the deep state. Because the deep state, when people say the deep state, that's not Republican or Democrat. It's a collection of unelected bureaucrats that keep those jobs 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And a lot of people believe, and I'm one of them, these are the people that really run the country. And until you can break that lock, you can't actually change the country. Well, Judge Jackson doesn't believe, apparently, if you go by her line of questioning, that the president of the United States should have the power that the Constitution gives him. That's actually in his job description. Doesn't believe the president should have the power to hire and fire scientists or doctors or other people who are not on board with his agenda. Well, that's insane. As the president, you have the right to appoint a staff that has the same vision as you and get rid of people who don't share that vision. That's why the Trump administration has so many leaks, because there's so many outsiders, people that don't believe in the Trump vision that are on board. That's wrong, and it has to stop. It has to stop. I think this Supreme Court case will set it right, Judge Jackson or not. I want you to watch this. Let me know what you think in the comments.
So you got to know about this, people. So it was the Supreme Court oral arguments today, and the justices heard a case challenging, of course, President Trump's authority to fire the commissioner of the Federal Trade Commission. Seems kind of wonky, but it's important. Remember, the FTC is an independent agency, and in any sane world, the president, as the nation's chief executive, the head of the executive branch, would have the unquestioned authority to fire or hire anyone whose agency or department is under his umbrella. But one justice today was so agitated by President Trump's move and the apparent direction of the court to affirm it, she sounded more like a panelist on Morning Joe.
Some matters, some areas should be handled in this way by nonpartisan experts, that Congress is saying that expertise matters with respect to aspects of the economy and transportation and the various independent agencies that we have. So having a president come in and fire all the scientists and the doctors and the economists and the PhDs and replacing them with loyalists and people who don't know anything is actually not in the best interest of the citizens of the United States.
Well, guess what, Justice? That's not your decision to make. That's a decision for the chief executive of the country. Oh, my goodness. How is that judicial analysis? Now, for years, conservatives have rightly argued that independent agencies are problematic because they risk undermining presidential powers. And if unchecked, well, they'll just end up thwarting his agenda altogether. And now the New York Times failed assist. That's the focus of tonight's angle. The hard left turn of the Democrat Party, it's well